Hi everyone, welcome back. I am on chapter 3 now of The Adventures of Margaret and Arthur. If you are just tuning in for the first time, this is the Nick the Booksmith Deserted Island Challenge, which a lot of us, I've noticed, have taken it literally as though we are on a deserted island. The story so far is that Margaret and Arthur live in the late 1800s. They were heading to the islands to go for a business trip because Arthur is in the sugarcane business. He was checking on the sugarcane company that he has. A storm hits, their boat gets washed up, so they're not by themselves. There's most of the crew of the boat has made it, so they're not all by themselves. Don't need to worry about that. But Margaret has decided she wants to keep a journal of her time on the island. What we've done so far, I had some items that I could use. I chose this fabric, which I love, and I glued it to the front, the spine, and the back after I sewed in my signatures. I glued on the straps, which I will use to tie it shut, but I found that the glue was not holding well enough, so I went back and stitched that. Now I am ready to put in some tuck spots. So I've made some tuck spots that we're going to glue in. Now, when I say glue, because this is from the 1800s, I made paste. This is basically flour, water, and salt. The salt is to hopefully keep it from molding. And my understanding is once it's dry, it will not mold. So I'm actually using paste instead of all the fancy glues that we have today. These are some of the tuck spots we're going to be putting in. So I've seen this all over the place. Yvonne Preston is who I've seen this from first. Is the tuck spot where you have the flap where you can journal in it. So I made 2 of those. I wanted to have some script paper. I just took one of my pink pieces of paper from the pad that I had left over from making the signatures. I started writing. I didn't know what I wanted to write. I just grabbed my Bible and copied Psalm 91, part of Psalm 92. It just was great because now I have words, and if you like that sort of thing, then I have that in my journal. And if you know anything about Psalm 91, it's a great psalm when you're in trouble. I thought it was perfect. This is one of those fold up, fold down envelopes. I made 2 of those. I also wanted some tuck spots in the front and the back. First of all, to hide some of this stitching. There's stitching on the front that's not real pretty and stitching on the back. My thought was if I make that into a tuck spot, that will cover that up. Then I have another piece that I can put in the back. Some of the things I'm still not sure of is how I'm going to attach all this. This is a process video. So let's just get started and see how that goes. I'm also not using a brush. I didn't want to use up an extra piece because we were only allowed 4 things. I didn't want to use up an extra something that I might need, and I wanted to have enough stuff. Probably could have used the brush because Nick said that if we used PVA we could have a brush, but I'm thinking Margaret on her deserted island, it's not very deserted because she's there with everybody else from the ship, but anyway, probably would not have a brush, but she might have the flour and salt from the stock of the kitchen for the ship. I'm just going to put this here. This stuff, believe it or not, is really, really sticky. I have been very impressed with how well this sticks. What this is some of the fabric over a little bit of, this was an envelope, a manila envelope, but I liked the color. It goes really well with this fabric. Let's see, that looks like the top to me. Now I have to remember to go the other way around this and not go the same way. The nice thing, and the reason I'm recording today is I live on the eastern plains of Colorado, and we're having another mud day. Yay for mud days. I actually get stuff done on mud days that I might not get done on the weekends. It's been really great. I live out in the country, and most of our roads are dirt roads. We had a pretty heavy snow last night, but it started out as rain, which of course turned all of our roads into mud. We have a high clay content out here, so when it gets wet, they turn to mud. I think I'm gonna let those little pieces of thread hang out. And let's just get this piece on as well. Hopefully I have left enough room around these to be able to tuck something in here. If not, it just looks really pretty and it's nice and finished. Let's take a look at some other places to put some tuck spots. I have 3 signatures, but I have 6 tuck spots. We just need to maybe put 2 in each signature, decide where we're gonna go. One of the things I've found is I way overthink things. My goal then is to not try to overthink things. Let's see, I'm just gonna start putting stuff in here. We'll see what it looks like when I'm all done. Again, I wanna make this a tuck spot. I'm just going around the edges with the glue lightly. This is a piece of paper that I glued some fabric over. I first thought I wanted to just do the fabric and then sew it, but I found that that felt a little too flimsy. Instead, I decided to glue it to paper first. I think that's gonna make a big difference. We'll see. Famous last words, right? I'm thinking this is going to make a nice big difference for how well this is going to hold up. I kind of feel like maybe a piece of paper by itself might have worked, but I'm trying to make this a little bit fancier. I don't want this to all be the same. So there's one. Now, okay, try not to overthink things. Let's see. Did we put that on that? Let's do one here. Let's pick, let's do this one. The way these work is you only want to glue down these edges to make this a tuck spot. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to glue them down all the way if you're not using it for a tuck spot, and then it just becomes another journal spot that you can flip out. One of the things, I can't remember who it was I was watching, somebody said that if you take your paper, flip it upside down, then your writing will be right side up when you turn it back over, which is true. Look, it's right side up now. I didn't know that, and now I do. I'll tell you, YouTube videos are awesome. So many ideas, so many things to make, so many different ways to decorate your journals. If you are not following a bunch of people on YouTube, you need to be. So there's another one. I'm just gonna hold that a second and make sure that it is down. This stuff does take a little bit of time to dry. I also want to make sure I didn't just glue the whole thing together, which, knowing me, I would do. All right, on to the next signature. Let's go. So there's the first signature. Let's do 2 more in this signature. We haven't done one of these yet. Oh, let's see. I want to do this on something that's white. Oh, let's do this one in the middle. All right, we're going to do this one in the middle. Again, just taking the paste, putting it right along the edge like this. This is real paste. Yes, you could eat it if you really wanted to. Yuck, I don't think I would. Well, it definitely would be a bad idea for me to eat it. Let's see if I did this right. Oh, I did. Check me out. Some days I surprise myself. Well, actually most days, if you know me at all. I surprise myself most days. Little things make me happy. I'm also a school teacher. My kids just probably laugh at me every day, go home shaking their heads thinking, oh my gosh, what do we have for a teacher? So there we go. That looks really nice there. Let's see, what else do we have? We need another one. Ooh, maybe this is the very center. Should we do this? Nope, not going to do that. One of the things I've heard, because a lot of us do get all caught up in trying to make decisions, is give yourself a time limit on how long it's going to take you to make a decision. I think I'm going to go all the way to the back of this signature for this. Ooh, let's do this one. Just give yourself a few seconds. I remember posting about what's called the 5-minute rule, where give yourself 5 minutes to make every decision, then you're not pondering about it. But I tell you, I wake up in the middle of the night dreaming about or thinking about journals, what I'm going to do next. Oh yeah, this would look really cool in here. Am I the only person? I mean, I give myself insomnia because I am always thinking about junk journals now. And it's a serious addiction, I think. It's bad. It's really bad. All right, so now I have 2 tuck spots in here. I have the tuck spots on the front. I am going to try to keep this under 15 minutes, but let's go ahead real quickly maybe and get these last 2 in. Digging that. We're going to just stick that one there. Then I have 1 more to get in. And we're done with our tuck spots for today. The next video is going to be all the ephemera that I'm going to put in this. Then I will put up the final video. I'm debating whether I'm going to try to do some drawing, because a pen was definitely one of the things that I chose. Not sure I'm really good at drawing though. We'll see. Ooh, I like this right here. We're going to put this one here. Then I have one more to put in. We'll just kind of flip towards the back. Ooh, pretty. Let's do this on the pink. Oh, I like the contrast too. We're just going to do this last one real quick, and then I will work on the ephemera for this. We'll get the ephemera all tucked in. Then I will have a final flip through of everything. Hopefully a little bit more about the story, and maybe include some writing in this journal that's really more of Margaret and Arthur's story on how they're surviving and how they get rescued, because we don't want to leave them on that deserted island the rest of their lives. I really like how this looks. Okay, well, that was just a process that I did to get through all this. This needs time to dry. I will see you in my next video probably that'll be chapter 4 of the Adventures of Margaret and Arthur. See you next time. Bye.